I remember the interview differently, not because it was louder, but because it carried a firmness that had been tested. She was a police officer, and there was a measured awareness in the way she spoke, as if she had learned when to speak and when silence carried more authority. Her presence suggested responsibility long before her words did. When I asked what following Jesus Christ meant in her daily life, she did not separate faith from duty. She said it meant choosing restraint when power was available, choosing truth when convenience was easier, and choosing compassion without surrendering justice. She spoke about wearing a uniform that represented law while remembering she answered to a higher authority. I recalled Micah chapter 6 verse 8, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God?" She shared that Scripture was not something she reached for only after difficult encounters, but something she carried into them. She referenced Romans chapter 12 verse 18, "If it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men." She said that verse reminded her that peace was not always accepted, but it was always worth pursuing. Faith, for her, was not weakness, it was discipline. When she spoke about her work in the community, she did not deny the tension. She acknowledged fear, misunderstanding, and moments when decisions had to be made quickly with lasting consequences. Yet she said faith kept her from becoming hardened. It reminded her that every person she encountered had a story she did not fully know. I thought of Proverbs chapter 20 verse 22, "Do not say, 'I will recompense evil,' wait for the Lord, and He will save you." Before we ended, I asked what encouragement she would offer to someone struggling to trust God while living in a divided and uncertain world. She said trusting God meant refusing to let anger shape your identity. She said you could stand firm without becoming cruel, and enforce law without losing love. Her words echoed 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." After the interview ended, I realized that her faith was not soft, but it was steady. It did not excuse wrongdoing, and it did not delight in authority. It held the line while remembering who placed it there. I was reminded that God often calls His servants into positions of tension, not to dominate, but to discern, and that obedience sometimes looks like restraint exercised daily.